Nah, I did it on purpose.
It's so simple. Why do you always do this?
No, I was trying to think of something funny to say, but I couldn't think of anything. And I
You
was
gotta
like,
be on the spot, man. You gotta be on the spot. Like,
spot's a game you play as a kid when you throw a ball at someone's not paying attention. You make them catch and you go spot and you walk away.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of game you played, but you sound like a fucking bully.
That does answer a lot of questions of why I have bad luck in life. I'm pretty sure I bullied a witch or a warlock.
You what?
He put a curse on me.
No.
Not you, someone else.
No.
Maybe?
No.
Okay, maybe not.
No. So it'd be as simple as welcome to Knights of Hyperion, the only show that doesn't give a fuck about fuck.
About intros.
There you go.
There you go.
So, yeah, there. Hey, we did one.
Hello.
Welcome.
Also, apparently I gotta open up a story about how I'm a bully.
Welcome to the show. Today we come from the AC unit, live, roaring with anger but fear. And I don't know what else to say because I don't know where I'm going with this. But welcome to episode 80. That's 80. This is the season finale that we think is the season finale, if our numbering is correct, for season 4 of us. And on the journey through season 4, we dealt with...
We lost a lot of cast members.
All of that happened during season 4?
Pretty much.
So we lost half of the people on the show. We gained a affiliation, which became a sponsorship.
Huzzah!
We created enemies. We talked about politics. We yelled at the top of our lungs to shut the fuck up and let me talk during a very special episode of the show where things went to shit. Ooh, that's gonna go in this episode.
You're gonna put that little rant in there?
Yes.
Oh, well, that was back from what, March? April?
Yeah, something like that. The rant that ended with a cast member walking out and blaming everything on me, essentially.
And then completely cutting you out of his life for that minimal argument
That he created.
That was still fun to make him talk in circles, though.
God damn it, dude. He was just too easy. Like, excuse us for catching on to what you're saying and realizing that you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, first of all, it's going to cut in the middle, then it's going to play, and then you're going to hear us talking again, talking about it.
No, that's not what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about how we ran around in fucking circles with him.
If you put the rant in there, it's there when we just got digging with him, and after we realized we couldn't talk. So we just started going, well, what about this? And just went right back into the same circle he kept throwing himself in.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, in our from our point is, like, excuse us for realizing that you don't know what you're fucking talking about, and realizing that we can fucking play around now because what you're saying is very repetitive and it doesn't make any sense, and we're catching your mistakes and we're just gonna fuck with you now that we know your mistake. You left yourself open. Never leave yourself open. Keep your guard up at all times and protect yourself with all your might, especially your nuts.
Always wear a jockstrap.
So this is the rant from Krotone, who used to be on the show once upon a time, and why he is no longer with us. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you here in, like, I don't remember how long the clip is, like 5-10 minutes or some shit.
I thought it was like 17.
17 minutes. We'll see you in 17 minutes, and let us know what you think at the end of the episode. Please enjoy. It's very fucking funny, especially if you know what he's talking about. Especially if you were educated in what was going on around that time. Like,
I get what he's talking about, but at the same time, there's a lot more important issues going on around.
not even that, dude. He wasn't even touching the main point of what he was trying to argue. He was just literally, like, only arguing one thing that he was focusing on of that argument. There's only one thing that he cared about, and that was them taking over and owning it and not letting it be, I don't know, open or whatever. That was his main point. He wasn't arguing anything else that was going around on that because there was just, you know what, just fucking listen. Tell us on our things later. Just enjoy. You know what net neutrality really is, right?
Yeah.
What?
Net neutrality is it's basically opening up the privatization of all the internet. Like, it's pay to go, pay to play. Like, if you have more money for your information, like Wikipedia is gonna like be no longer existent, because if you can't afford to pay to have your information up, then it's not gonna be up.
It's thought it was actually the opposite of that. It's
they're not protecting it. It's not protecting it. What we did was we were protecting it, but then we repealed net neutrality. Like, we're fucking taking that away. Like, Comcast, they have the money to pay for whatever they want on the internet. Like us, we don't have the money to pay for our website. We don't have money to pay for a fast website. And since we don't have the money to pay for a website that loads at this speed, we're not going to get that website. We're going to get a website that loads at this speed. Or your internet service provider will say that we provide, like, if you want to watch porn, we provide this type of porn. But if you want to have this type of porn, you're going to have to pay extra for your type of porn, because we don't provide that. That's what net neutrality is going for. It's not an open market anymore. Or, well, they're technically creating a complete and open free trade market for the internet, but it's going to middle out the middleman, or it's going to take out the middleman, basically, because they're not going to afford to be able to play. Are you doing research right now?
Yeah. I just remember reading about it a while back, and I read something different, and the things that it will offer and the things that it will offer that'll fuck everybody in the ass. But I mean, like, there's a lot of bills that they're passing that's fucking everybody in the ass.
It's gonna benefit the people who have the money to pay for their way.
I mean, there's more than just net neutrality that was passed. That's like the least of our worries.
Well, 10 years ago, we had to worry about the SOPA and OPA acts, and that was going to be the regulation of information on the internet. And the censorship of information.
Literally the least of our fucking worries is the internet.
Well, if we can't get any information, like, how do most people get their information?
Okay,
most people don't get their information from books.
If somebody's really worried about getting their information, then there's another family that's actually extremely worried about, because their Medicaid is being cut off completely because of the tax reform bill that was passed. Who gives a shit about net neutrality? The tax reform bill it affects us personally in our actual lives. Net neutrality is just something that's going to slow down our internet usage and our knowledge gain.
No, you're only thinking about internet. I'm talking about the access to information,
which is the internet.
Yes, you have to have access to information. You have to have access to be able to contact people.
That is the least of our worries, though.
It's not.
In a sense,
do you want to be able to have, even if, all right,
okay,
so you're talking about the person who doesn't, that you're talking about the person who's getting their Medicaid cut off, but if they have access to information so that they can still figure out how to treat themselves with any way that they can, or to find new information for fucking other doctors and shit, then they need that.
No, because
the internet is literally a fucking utility now. As a civilization, we require.
Unfortunately, yes, it is. But there's still other ways you can still get your information.
Yeah, but most people
refer back to going back to old ways.
But to books?
Yeah,
that's the sad part about it. We don't make books anymore.
Yeah,
we don't.
We do.
No, we don't.
I was just at a bookstore.
We don't make real copies of anything anymore. We make digital copies. People buy their books digitally.
I buy my books hardcover. Paperback.
Okay, whatever. You're a weird person, but do you?
No, I'm not. I just like the act of having that book in my hand.
How many medical books do you have in your home?
50.
Really? You have books in your home?
They're all on the bookshelf in our bedroom, and plus the 5 that he has that he's letting me borrow right now. And he bought a new one today too.
Did you buy those medical books, or did he just leave them here?
He let me borrow.
Okay. But if you didn't have...
But how many other medical books on how to treat myself and how to fix things myself, yeah, I have those.
How many do you own? I
told you already. 50.
You own 50.
For every piece of information that you need to know, from living healthy to treatments to old people treatments.
Okay. See, I own books like that in my home too, but the normal person doesn't.
We're not the normal people either.
Kyle, do you own any medical books in your home?
I don't know why.
See,
Well, I don't read. That'd be like, "Come on, read a book lately?" Fuck no.
where do you get your information? If you're hurt, where are you gonna go?
The doctor.
Or if you need to know something
I have
about
insurance. I go to the doctor.
it, how do you double check to see if your
So
doctor's
your
telling you the
arguing
truth?
point.
I go
How
to
do you-
WebMD.
is being able to
Okay,
gain
okay.
access to
I'm
the
fucking with you
information.
on
That
that
is
one,
your
by the way.
arguing point. But
How
that's
do
your
you
arguing
double
point
check to
that
see
that's
what your
very
doctor's
important.
telling you
Yes,
is true?
I do agree
never-
that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You never look up the symptoms of what you have because it will send you to WebMD and you'll have cancer.
No,
Yeah.
but
Oh my god, I have a weird pain
How do
in
you-
my left
how do
knee.
you-
Oh, you have cancer. Fuck.
Vito, how do you check to see if what your doctor's giving you is good for you? How do you check to see if
You
what your
don't
doctor?
revert back to our old ways that we trust our doctors like we used to back in the 60s.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's how we end up where we are now with fucking people with drug dependencies that out of nowhere, fucking diseases, not diseases,
drug
but like
dependencies came out of
cancers.
nowhere.
People get hurt at work, and then their doctor will give them OxyContin, and then because of some back pain,
Hey,
and then
I don't want to
they
talk about
after-
people getting
That anymore.
painkillers because
They-
when I
they
got my
used
wisdom
to.
teeth pulled, they gave me Tramadol, and that was the gayest shit ever.
okay, but that's because
Why?
people get
Tramadol
addicted to
fucking
drugs.
sucks. It's like slightly above Tylenol.
What you're saying is your point is yes, it isn't very important for people to have access to the information that they need to
Yes,
get the
especially-
information from.
Especially to protect us from our own
But-
government and from
They don't even know how to fucking protect themselves from a fucking wild animal. How the fuck are they gonna know how to protect themselves from their own government when they've had that information in front of them for fucking hundreds of years?
they still need it. They
No,
still
but
need to
they're
have
too fucking
access
stupid to
it. You still
realize
have
to have
it.
that they
You
have
to
that.
have it.
They're too stupid to realize that they have more power than the government actually has.
Yeah.
That they're just so afraid to fucking use it. People aren't smart enough to do that.
Okay, in 10 years, and if they didn't have access to that, and in 20 years they didn't know that, they won't know what the Constitution was because they didn't have
They
access to
don't
the
know what
information
it is
of.
now.
Okay, but they still have access to it.
Oh, but your point is your argument point is going nowhere because you're saying that they need access to be able to use it, but they don't use it. So what difference does it make if they actually have it? Yes, for those who use it and use it regularly, it's gonna suck because they're not gonna have access to the information. But you know what also sucks? The fucking 70-year-old woman who
Yeah,
all of
but
her fucking
when you-
benefits
when you
and Social
take-
Security was cut in literally half, and they can't get the medication and services that
I'm
they
aware
need.
of that. My grandmother can't go to the doctor either.
I understand. So why is so yes,
But you can't take away her access to information because if she can't,
dude,
get
older
her-
people have
if she can't
easier
get to-
ways to get the.
If she can't, no, you have to understand. If she can't go to the doctor, she still has to fucking find another way to fucking treat herself or go to another
old
doctor.
people have
And without
remedies,
access to the
family-
fucking
but
internet
we're
to
talking
get
about
the
old people.
information,
Old people have family
it doesn't
remedies.
matter.
Well,
It
people
doesn't-
don't even have the internet.
See, you're
That's it.
making
They don't
you're
even know how to
making
make-
up. You're
They
making
don't even know how
up-
to use the internet.
you're
No,
making
I'm not
up.
making up anything. What I'm saying is that whenever it comes to information like that, they revert back to the ways that they were taught. That's how they are. But what we're
But
trying to
revert
argue
to
is
whoever what was taught. You're
I'm talking about older people.
I'm talking about whatever older people, but everybody has to have access to information so that they don't get
So-
fucked by the people with power.
So-
If I don't have access to fucking information,
so my grandmother
to
who
double
doesn't-
check to see
so-
if
so my
somebody's
grandmother
lying to me.
in Guatemala and my cousins in Guatemala who don't really have access to the internet. So does the net neutrality really affect them then?
they have, but
Does it affect them?
they're not in
Does
America.
it affect them?
Why would it affect them if it's not here? They
Net
have
neutrality
access.
is the internet, which is all over the world.
What about my grandmother?
But is
who
there
grew up in the
government
20s when there was
limiting-
no internet?
You have to remember that's net neutrality is our government limiting our access to information so they can control us.
They already control us.
What are you talking about?
You're
All
just,
they're gonna do is
you're
find a
just
new
laying
medium.
over and letting it happen by like you're saying, okay, well this is just one problem, but there's another
I'm
problem we have to
more-
worry
I'm more
about.
worried
We have to
about-
worry about on all problems.
Look, I
if
don't
you
really-
can't get your medicine, you have to figure out. You have to have the ability to figure out how you can fix that problem.
Oh my god, you rely on the internet so much.
You act like there was a time without internet.
know.
There wasn't a time without internet.
I know.
All they're gonna do is find a new medium.
You don't realize this is actually the government stepping in and taking away your actual freedom, your freedom to access information. If you take that freedom away, that's limiting you. That's imprisoning you. You're becoming a slave.
Technically, we're already slaves to the
because you
internet
won't be
anyways.
able to fucking figure out or
Becoming a slave?
You're becoming a slave to the system because you are
How?
letting it happen. You're just like, oh, whatever, it's not affecting me. It's going to affect you in 10 years.
Try to
It's
get
gonna affect
every
you in 20
American to
years.
overthrow their government then. Do something to get every American to overthrow their government. Please, start something. Start something right now to have them overthrow the government. You're not going to be able to because most people are closed-minded and are stuck in their own fucking ways, and they're just going to let it
I
fucking
am doing
happen.
something right now by saying this, by putting this show out. People are going to fucking hear it.
Our 10
But
listeners.
It doesn't
Our 10
matter.
listeners
It
are
doesn't
like,
matter.
oh, that's a really good idea. I should go out there and do this too. No, our 10 listeners are fucking weeaboos who fucking stay in their house all day and play games. No, they're not going to do anything because
Then you're contributing
they
to
don't
the
give a shit.
problem.
They don't give a shit about
Then
what
they're
is actually
contributing
happening
to the
around them because they're not
problem.
paying attention.
And that's contributing to the problem. I'm
problem
not going
is-
to give up my freedom of access to information.
You always have access to information regardless of internet or not.
No, you don't realize
You were
that.
talking about books a minute ago. You
still-
don't need internet to get to the library.
Yes,
libraries.
and do you realize that the actual state just approved that fucking they're teaching kids the wrong shit? The books are being published with
Okay,
the
that has
wrong
nothing to do with
shit.
this.
That's been happening.
Yes,
for years.
and if I don't have the
That's happened
internet,
before we were alive.
if I don't have the internet, I can't double check to see
Our
if that's
history is
actually
skewed.
true.
So he's very dependent on his internet.
No, I have to have.
I have a porn addiction
I have
too,
to
I
have
understand.
outside access to info. I have to have that access to information to double check to see if this information that they are telling me is true. Just like everybody else, everybody deserves that access to information outside of what they're being told by their government.
But what you got to remember is the fact that that information was never always there.
The
People got
information is
by.
always there. The information is always there. Even if there was no internet, there was still information. But
Yeah, it's called word of
we
mouth.
as a society have grown dependent on the internet.
Exactly.
We
And
are a
that's what
modern.
we're arguing
That's
about
that's a
right there.
modern
That's
right
what's
of
arguing.
society. That's
You're
a modern
going
right.
in circles.
Whatever, I'm done.
You're saying we have a
Why
dependency
are
on
you
the
getting
internet.
so mad over something?
But then
like,
you're getting-
Because you don't
getting worked up.
understand the
No, I do
necessary
understand your
need.
point. But I do understand your point. But what I'm saying is that there are more serious problems out there than just net neutrality. And what you're trying to argue your point across is very you're getting your point across. I understand what you're trying to say, even though you think I don't fucking understand or I'm not listening. I am listening to every single thing that you're saying. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there are bigger problems that are happening out there. We have like literally third world countries as cities in our country.
Yeah.
Okay, but what does net neutrality have to do with that?
Okay.
Well, you
So
wouldn't know without
imagine-
the information being out there.
Apparently, but what I'm saying is that we have.
Okay, so imagine you're in Flint.
Michigan?
Flint, Michigan. They still have no drinkable water. You can't drink the water in Flint,
Well, you don't need the
Michigan.
internet for that.
Oh my god, I'm about to. This is not a fucking joke, Kyle. Like, this is fucking serious shit. Like, I take this shit
The
seriously.
internet is just a temporary media right now. It's going
It's
to go to
not a
somewhere else.
temporary medium. The internet is forever. It is a
The
part
internet
of
is
our
for
modern
pornography and pornography
society.
alone.
It's a part of modern
90%
society.
of the internet
Yeah,
is
modern,
pornography.
not future.
Oh god, this is not a joke to me.
I'm not,
You
I'm
keep
not
making it a joke.
I'm not making this a joke.
Both of you do. Like, having
Because seeing you so flustered is kind of starting.
How do you think
to
people
become
felt when the
comedic.
internet first
it's
came
not
up? and then-
comedic. I'm pissed off because you think it's a joke that people don't deserve the right to
I
have
didn't
access
say
to
that.
information
I
that they
didn't
wouldn't
say
have
that.
otherwise because the government controls what it like.
Okay,
Our
hang
government
on.
is controlling
Hold
what's
on.
being printed
I
and
wanna ask you a
being
question.
taught to our children and to our kids.
That doesn't do with the internet, though.
Yes, it does, because if they don't have the ability to double check or
A
cross
kid is
reference
not
what's
going to
being told to
cross-reference
them,
what they learned in a school.
I did.
You're not everybody.
But you should still be able to, instead of fucking being controlled, being what's being like
I don't think we can have a say.
the actual
think
internet,
so either.
like the net neutrality is it's controlling what's being seen, what's being told, what's you have
That's
access
already
to.
been happening.
All right, then
do you
in
think paid
school
advertisements
you're
are?
already being controlled of what you have access to be able to learn and what's being able to
that
be
has
told.
already been
Already
happening.
happening.
Okay, if everything's being controlled, then what do you have? You have no actual freedom.
You
See, this is what
never
I'm pissed
had
off
actual
about
freedom.
because you're actually you're accepting that these people are taking away your freedom. I don't give a fuck about Medicaid.
Really?
I'm more worried
Really?
about my actual freedoms, my rights.
So-
I can
so
earn that
your-
shit back.
Your health and well-being and you having access to being able to take care of yourself is not as important as yes, freedom is important and you have every right to have that.
It's just
but
as important
can
as
I
my
finish?
freedom of speech and my freedom of information. That's just as important.
This has been Knights of Hyperion, where Krotone has to say everything and won't let anybody else have a say because his word is very important and has to have a fucking stand and very, very deep hole.
Like, fuck you.
No, dude, you're not letting anybody talk.
No, you're being an asshole about
No,
something
I'm
that's
not.
actually very serious.
No,
You're making
I'm not
jokes.
being an
You're also
asshole
talking in
about it.
circles, though.
You
Because
are.
you're talking me into fucking circles. You're saying, what about Medicaid? What about Medicare? People have to have access to the information about Medicaid and Medicare in the first place. How
But
can they
it's
have...
being taken away. That's the thing, though. That's the thing that with the.
I'm done with this
See,
fucking
you don't.
conversation.
Okay, so when you want to start an argument, you refuse to listen. Sit down. When you
I'm
start
done
an
with this-
argument, you refuse to listen.
No.
Yes.
No,
we-
you're fucking talking me
Oh
into
my
fucking
God, dude.
circles. That's the whole point.
Shut the fuck up and let me talk for
Dude,
crying out
no,
loud,
I'm done.
Patrick.
You're gonna act like that? I'm
Yes,
done with
because
this
you're
fucking
pissing me the
conversation.
fuck off. You don't
Because-
listen.
I was
You
trying to
don't
table it,
listen. You
break.
don't let anybody else listen ever. You always have to have your word and your word only. That's how it always has been with you.
No, you're making...
No,
you're-
I'm not making anything. I've been trying to give my say for the entire time, and I've let you talk the entire time. And
No.
any time that we try to have an argument or try to talk something, you always can't. You always just have to continue and keep going. You can't just let anybody else talk. You've cut me off several times, and I let it happen.
Because
But I
you're...
guess that's just me because I let everything happen.
No,
just like the
because you go
government
around
too,
in a
right?
circle about something that you don't fucking understand in the first place.
So that was that. Dude,
I don't remember much about that argument besides the fact that he kept going on about net neutrality was more important than like the Healthcare Act being dicked with. Which I mean, it's important. Everything like that.
the healthcare reform or whatever it was that which was a more sensitive and more important topic rather than net neutrality, which is literally just like ownership of the internet and whatnot, which didn't even pass. Like that bill didn't pass, by the way. If you're out there,
I thought it did.
no.
Oh. I remember it was just a big important thing for a while, and just everyone forgot about it. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that came and went.
No, I don't think it passed. It didn't pass.
No, see, because like,
Because I remember that Trauma texted me today. He's like, hey, you can let your friend know that this bill didn't pass. He can finally be happy. And I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm like, fuck him. His argument points were fucking pointless and retarded. He didn't know what he was talking about. Like,
I was trying not to be rude and throw shade, but
I don't care. I don't really care. He did it to himself. It was the only reason why he's not here.
I was say the only thing I remember is like when you'd talk and like tell a story, you'd just be like, all right, your turn now.
Well, yeah, there was that. There was like, once we started talking about Overwatch, because what we played heavily together
We still do.
all the time and still do, we just don't talk about it as much.
I try not to because I mean,
It's just hard. Like earlier, I saw in this video, like this guy, this streamer just fucking killing it with Hanzo. It was fucking ridiculous. I was about to tag you. I was like, fuck, he doesn't have Facebook anymore.
you should watch Keith play Hanzo. He plays him pretty well too.
I wouldn't know. He doesn't want to play.
I know he's difficult. I'm sorry.
He doesn't want to play games. He doesn't want to like.
He wants to play D&D too. I'm like, we could bring him on and have some fun with him. But the problem is he's so difficult and doesn't want to do it.
Hey man, I'm not gonna fucking force somebody to come fucking hang out with me and meet me. If a dude doesn't want to meet me because of how I am or what I drink,
Who you are, pretty much.
fuck him. Whatever.
I don't know. He's just being difficult.
Anyways, it was a crazy Hanzo video, but yeah, so that's why there was just things went downhill with him, and then there was a departure of our sweet Devin Joe and Deacon Jones. DJ squared.
I still wish the episode with Tantan was still here so we can make it canon that he took a cruise to Canada. But no, it just got...
Fuck, that was on that episode.
Like, that's what I was like...
Oh, man.
He left. I'm like, he went on a cruise to Canada or Cancun, either or.
He's on a cruise, yeah. He'll be back eventually. And, no, it's,
I was talking to him, though, and I asked him if he'd ever want to come back as, like, a guest. He goes, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
It doesn't have to be on the show permanently, but, like...
Well, I have that as a guest.
Fuck, man, I miss having him on the show. He made it a lot of fun. Not that it's not fun without him, but
I was gonna say, like, be very careful on that one.
It was just I don't know. We just had good chemistry.
I'm trying to get there. I've been working on it. I'm sorry, I can't do an intro yet.
And shrug shoulders.
Don't emote at me.
Forward shrug. /shrug. Oh, dude.
Hashtag Fortnite dab.
So I was on scrolling through Facebook earlier, and then I was came across this IGN post, and it was like something about like Sony people cutting out the ties with like outside parties and crossplay, and how like they're like just like blocking a bunch of crossplay happening, and how that Sony was the best place to play online games to come play on Sony servers. And I laughed so hard because I was like, that doesn't fucking, like, Sony sucks. PC's better. And then I realized, like, God damn it.
It's all the same servers. But the weird thing, though, was the only game I knew that had crossplay like that was Final Fantasy 14. Was, like, the only game I knew you could do it on. I think they tried.
If that's the case, then we can't crossplay with Leo.
See, I don't know if they actually cut that one off or not. But that's, like, the only game I knew of that actually did it.
Well, it's not really. I mean, it is technically on PlayStation servers, but
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But
unless they have their own servers with PlayStation's, like PlayStation getting, like Sony getting permission from Square Enix.
I remember Rocket League was trying to open it up, be like one of the first games to be fully cross-platform between all systems, even even the Switch.
Why?
That game is, like, stupidly popular.
Why? I never understood that.
I got the platinum within, like, a week, and then I was like, I'm done with this game.
Why is it so popular? I never understood that. Like, what was so great about Rocket League? It's cars and soccer.
I think it was the fact that the crazy crap you could do where, like, you could just, like, drive up the wall. You could jump off, try to flip yourself and hit the ball and go in. Just the pure aesthetic fact.
Of just being able to fuck around and do whatever?
Yeah, because, like, you can put the boost, you can lean up. When you're driving, you just fly off. So basically what you could do is if the ball's up in the air, you can just basically go fly, do a flip, and then hit it, and you will look real cool while doing it.
Yeah, I never understood the popularity of Rocket League.
The funny thing, though, was whenever the game first came out, there was I don't know if it was a typo or a glitch in the trophy or what, but one of the trophies wanted you to drive 500 kilometers, which in a normal match you'd probably do like maybe half to 1 or 2 kilometers at most. So unless you're just driving around in circles and not playing the actual game during a match, you wouldn't get it until like a long way in. But people were saying you had taken, it was only 50, like they had extra 0 for no reason. I think they fixed it now. But what a lot of people did was they would rubber band the right trigger down to go, and then they'd rubber band their left analog stick to drive in circles. And for some reason, you can do a 1v0 bot. Like you can do a bot mode where it's just you versus no one. So you just sit there, drive around in circles, leave your PS4 on.
Oh my god!
Go do what you need to do that day because you just do a small little circle. And as long as that analog didn't move, you'd stay in that circle. Like it's not you see it start drifting if it moved a little bit. So Keith and I we set them up to do those circles, and we went to work, came back, we had the trophy, and finished off the rest of them, got the platinum.
That's retarded. Yeah, I never really got into that shit. I just never really caught my interest at all.
It was cool, but if you went through the whole platinum grind within the time we did, you don't want to play it anymore.
Seems reasonable.
Another one was like you had to do the actual like season campaign, which you basically just play like groups, and like one of my friends, he has everything except for the single player mode campaign. I'm like, why have you never done it? Oh, I'm bothered to do it. I play online all the time. I'm like, just get the platinum, get your first one. I don't care for platinums. I'm like, you're already right there. Just finish the damn season. It takes like 30 minutes.
I mean, why bother if he doesn't care? He doesn't care.
It irritates me being that close to a platinum trophy and not having it.
I guess. I mean, I don't really care to platinum every game unless I really want to. So
sometimes they're fun. Sometimes they're just stupid. Like Destiny's was the dumbest one I had to get. The platinum trophy for Destiny.
Oh, the Krotone raid?
Well, not that one, but just the Flawless Raider in general.
The Flawless Raider, yeah, that's what it was.
Dude, the one time it was me, Gavin,
and Saul. And
then Platypus. One sad platypus.
Oh, Pierre.
No, that's not Pierre.
Who's one sad platypus?
Well, he is a sad platypus, but that's a different story.
Who's one sad platypus?
I don't know, it's just one of Rusty's online friends. We were playing with them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, platypus. He was cool.
Yeah, it was just us four, and Like Gavin almost died, and my heart started racing because we were like almost done. We were doing it perfect, and we had no problems.
Yeah.
And I think it was like after the gate, we did the gate glitch where we all went up top, and Gavin almost died as we were running through the hall because we were trying to get the chest too. And they were all like, no, don't. I threw my Titan bubble up to protect him, and his health went back up. I was like, oh.
Jesus, dude.
My heart was racing so bad.
Man, that game was so much fun.
Speaking of, I heard Forsaken's good.
Like good, like we should fucking buy it this Friday.
The only thing I'm hesitant about is I get the feeling it's going to be like the actual Destiny 2 story, where it's like, this is amazing, everything's happening at once. And then the end game, they just pull that rug out from underneath you.
Like, yoink. Like, oh, fuck.
And then you hit your head on the ground, and you're like, what did I spend all my money on?
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man, that's a fucking $80 for that DLC is pretty fucking, like, ugh.
Well, it's only 60.
Well, 80 if you want the stuff.
I don't care for the ornaments and stuff like that.
Well, still $60. That's the price for a full fucking game.
Pretty much is a full game, but I was going to wait till one on sale, probably.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it right now. Shit, I haven't even done the main raid for the fucking base game.
I'd rather do Monster Hunter all over again on PC than get that DLC.
You need a new mouse. It's got mixed reviews, man.
It has mixed reviews because of the server problems. I'm going to keep telling you this.
It's got mixed reviews. It's
going to be like
just as boring.
It's going to be like, it's not boring. It's the fact that I want to play with other people, and you guys are like, I'm done with it. I'm like, I'll get you through the damn story. Get with the end game with me. Start fighting Tempereds. Tempereds get freaking hard in hell. Freaking, I tried fighting Tempered Deljo one time. He has like this poison gas that spews out of his mouth. I don't know what it is, but just pours out on me. Thing touched me and I fell. I just died immediately. I'm like, what the crap just happened?
So it's just if you breathe it in, it kills you instantly?
Like, I think it's just the fact that because I don't have augmented armor yet. Which you can get augments from tier 2 tempered monsters. But they're rare drops. And you face those, you get the armor augments, and you only need one. And then you take and upgrade your armor defense even higher than it already is. So you upgrade it higher. So like right now my defense is like 380. But if I were to augment it, it'd be about 430, 450.
Yeah.
So then after all that, and then you go fight the Temper Elders, you get the augmented weapon pieces, and now your weapons can do 10-fold damage, which makes the grind so much easier. It's just I can't get that damn drop from any tier 2 Tempers.
What is essentially a tier 2 Temper?
Tier 1 is the easy junk.
Okay. Like
Jagras and all that low tier stuff. Tier 2 is, I think it's, crap, I can't remember which monster it starts off. I think it's a Kobikadachi is where it starts and goes up.
Okay.
And then tier 3 is Elder Dragons. Which I heard, man, those are fun. Except for Tiestra. I heard Tiestra's a huge bitch.
Did you not fight any Elder Dragons?
No, I fought them. I haven't fought their Tempered yet.
So they're just stronger versions of them.
Yeah, more aggressive.
Yeah, that game got boring.
I could see that. I mean, it's a huge grind, but you know the Japanese people love those grinds.
Yeah.
Like, look at Octopath Traveler. That's the game you were talking about wanting to get.
What about it?
I already told you about the fact that like the grind gets crazy. If you want every character, like I heard if you want to stick to a few, it's not bad because your characters level up fairly well. But if you want all 8 and continue the story, you got to keep grinding. And I heard the end game is just a nightmare. Because I heard, like, I was listening to some people talk about it, and they were saying the level to beat the story is like 20 or 30 or something like that at the end, and then like the end game's like 40 or 50. So you just got to grind up to the end game or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know where they're going with this game.
It looks cool, but I mean, it depends. If I really like the game, then I'll do the grind. But if the game starts to lose interest for me, then I don't really care about the grind anymore, and I kind of just.
I have to fight sometimes to get through those grinds.
Yeah.
Like Monster Hunter, I was fighting because I'm like, I love the game. I love the combat. It was always so much fun. I mean, it's not fun when someone takes that. Like, my favorite boss is Valhazak, mostly because I love that gear and I love the weapon set. Like I think it's the hammer for it no longer becomes a hammer. It becomes just a halberd.
A what?
The long stick and the small little blade up top.
Oh, okay.
It becomes like that and has like the veil wrapped around it. And I just like was grinding for it. I love that fight. But it's always fun to send out an SOS and watch all the new players just take and just like get that beam that he shoots out of his mouth and just it takes and just like you'll see him dodge into it, hits him directly, and just falls over and dies. It's so great. I'm like, God damn it, get over here. I'll heal you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just fucking with the mixer and seeing. what we can do to make the audio sound a little bit better, and like the main mix is sounding kind of clean now, especially if I'm kind of close to the microphone, kind of like to where I'm at. So yeah, Monster Hunter World. You'd rather buy that on PC and do it all over again,
Yeah.
instead of. God damn it! Yeah, yeah,
The enthusiasm
yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
It's a fun game. The only problem though is the fact that if you're playing by yourself, it's, in my opinion, it's not all that fun. Like, the hell happened? Did you miss completely and just like pour it over your face?
No, so as I was taking a drink and I put the can back down, it like I guess like caught some air and splashed, splashed out of the can and onto my lip. It's like whenever like you're. Never mind. I'm not even gonna use this analogy.
God,
it was gonna be a really bad one. I've been doing some really stupid shit today. I don't know what the fuck is just going on, but no fucks given. Just today or this past week at work, it's just no fucks given at all. I've kind of just been coasting it. One day pissed off. Today I was all right. So I don't know. It's been fucking weird.
like I've been trying to stay in a good mood at work because when you lose that good mood, your day starts to suck. And everyone comes back through. Can you do this? Yeah, sure. Can you do this? Yeah, sure. Can you do this? Can you leave me alone?
Well, it's hard when you start your day off late, half an hour late for work, and then whenever you show up to work, you have a meeting with everybody and all the managers, and all of the managers blame all of the ambassadors that all of the associates suck. It's their fault that they're not doing a good job. It's their fault that we have all this and that. It's like, oh, it's our fault.
And then you're pointing right back on it's their fault, and then they're like, it's just a showdown between fingers.
Nah, if only. No, so
Jokes
yeah,
on you,
that was yesterday. Like yesterday, it was just we got blamed for absolutely everything. Like it was all our fault. Like you guys fucking suck. You guys suck at your job. Blah 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 blah, and like
blah blah blah.
Yeah, and so it was just I don't know. When your morale gets smashed at the beginning of the day, your morale is down for the rest of the fucking day.
That's like I was talking to Jonathan. John's like, man, I feel like I don't want to be here. I'm like, that's because no one else wants to be here. If you realize the morale's low, it kind of brings everyone down.
Right.
Oh, there it goes. Now it moved. I was trying to tell him. I was just like, yeah, I try to go. Like, when I see people, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Like, try to sound all chipper.
Right.
It makes people just go, maybe it's not all that bad. And he started laughing. And I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of what people think. Like, I know if someone, like, yelled good morning to me in a high...
Well, I mean, that dude's been at that store for God knows how long now.
I've been with the company for 6 years.
Like...
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how you've done that either. And same with Devin. I don't know how you guys have been there for so long.
I always tell people, I'm like... They're like, how you been here so long? I'm like, alcohol.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And they start laughing. I'm like, it hurts.
That's my better son.
I go home, drink, reset, and come back in.
Dude, when I worked there, it was more of like...
It's the people.
I hated it. I just hated it. I couldn't do it.
That's how it's been lately, though, but I'm just glad I'm, like, not on the bad side of everything, so I'm good.
I'm surprised I even went back.
I'm surprised you were able to go back.
That too, because I was blacklisted. I was on a do not rehire list. Was for some fucking weird reason, even though I put my 2 weeks in. And that made no sense to me, because I didn't leave without not saying anything. Now I can understand from putting on the do not rehire list this time, because I left without saying anything and never came back.
To be honest, I don't think there is a do not rehire list. Like, I really put your name in a system. It's like some pop-up comes up, and it's like, do not hire this person. Are you sure you want to? Yes or no? And you push, like, maybe. There's no maybe option.
I mean, you never know. It could be the fucking little Microsoft Office clip, like paper clip that comes up. It's like, hey, are you sure you want to rehire this guy?
This guy killed 3 people.
Like, I don't know.
Who put this on my like, hiring page? like, I didn't kill 3 people. It was 4.
Get your fucking facts right, man. Get your facts right. It was Black Friday.
I put 4 OKD.
And, God damn it.
Oh, God, speaking of that, I was messing with my friend. He was talking about, like, some school shooting. I'm like, so what was his KD? And he goes, that's awful.
That is awful. What's wrong with you?
Same thing's wrong with us.
Everything.
Exactly.
They're making kids now, like, for, I think every school has to wear, like, they have to have a clear backpack.
But I don't know about every school, but out here, yeah. Like, my niece doesn't have to have one. She has my mom got her a...
One of the mesh ones?
No, what the fuck's it called? The real florally patterns, real colorful. I can't think of
Lisa Frank?
Maybe?
Is it like extremely vibrant neon colors with unicorn smiles, rainbows, ponies?
No, it's more like floral, just kind of like pattern-esque, real colorful. I cannot think of the name.
Lisa Frank is the only thing that comes to mind.
Crap, I know the name too.
It's probably Lisa Frank because
No,
it's the
it's
only
not
thing that
that.
comes to mind. Oh yeah, well, what do you know? You don't even know the name.
I went there to go freaking pick up my mom from my niece.
There.
They're like $200 backpacks, but you catch them on sale, they're like regular price.
$200 backpack.
Yeah, they're freaking insane.
Why would you need a $200 backpack?
Why the fuck is my mind blanking on the name of this thing?
Well, no, why? Why do you need a $200 backpack? What grade is she in?
Third again.
Why is she? Why does a third grader need a fucking $200 backpack?
It wasn't $200. She got it on sale for like $45.
Why is it $200 to begin with? It's a backpack.
It's because it's a $30 backpack with a $170 name.
So
I can't think of.
That you don't know. So where did y'all get it? Floral backpack design. Oh shit, the mouse is. Let's do this on the new Computron that we have. Computron. Use Google.
Shut the hell up.
Floral, vibrant.
Got it. Vera Bradley.
How do you spell that? Like Farah? Like
Vera.
V-E-R. Oh, Vera Bradley.
And then like your old coworker Bradley.
Yeah, you mean he still works there?
Oh yeah, he came back after you wrecked his car.
Being an Uber driver. Vera Bradley. $200 backpack for that? $200 for that.
Well, they look reasonable online. Probably knockoffs.
$88 from Zappos.
Oh boy.
Anyways.
It's probably last year's model. Everyone knows you don't want that shit.
Anyways, we're able to pull up the internet now as we record. Can you believe that? We have a new computer. It's running smoothly. Like, the numbers aren't skipping. There's no, like, weird, like...
It's actually responding.
Yeah, it responds completely. Like, the colors are a little wonky, but I can't really do anything about that until I find the controller for this TV that we're using as a monitor.
So that's just the monitor.
I don't like the colors either. They're too dark. It looks gross.
I can feel you on that one.
Just looks really gross. What's our background on here? Do we have a background?
What if you're like naked fat chicks?
That's gross.
God damn it, Kyle. Why don't you change it on me?
That would have been really funny, actually. That would have been really fucking funny. Just fucking. Oh, it's you know the Pink Floyd poster of like all the naked chicks and it's got all the albums or like the different paintings on their back.
I'm not sure about that one, to be honest.
You go to like you've shopped at Spencer's, right?
Yeah.
It's there. How do you not know what it is?
I just go to the butt plug and dildo section every time. You know, I pass them like, I want to buy one of you one day, and I walk away because people look at me.
Why? You
For,
can use
for a friend. For a friend, I swear.
You can use a suction cup of a dildo to take out a dent of your car.
No, but you have the thick black one to do it.
You can do it with any suction cup dildo. As long as there's enough suction and enough force pulling against it, you might make it pop out.
That's why you get the big ones. You have more room for suction. It's like it's like the shake weights. You get the big black ones.
But if you have the big ones, you're only going to be able to because if you get it right dead in the center, and you just yank. I saw a video of it. That's why I brought it up.
I know. I've seen that video before.
You know, like, look what I can do. Like, oh.
It's like how to fix a dent in your car. So the dildo slaps it on. But if you get a big one, you can slap it on the guy in the donut costume in the mall.
Sex Drive?
Exactly.
I hated that movie.
Why?
It was stupid.
Of course it was stupid.
Like, it wasn't even like good stupid comedy. It was just flat out dumb stupid comedy.
You didn't like the Rumspringer scene?
No, I just thought it was retarded.
Well, that kind of ruins that joke then. Bye.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Have you ever seen Accepted?
Yeah.
Where they're the school of shit?
Oh yeah, the shitheads.
Southampton.
South Harmon Institute of Technology.
Yeah, South Harmon. Yeah.
They're shitheads.
The shitheads. That's where Jonah Hill is in a hot dog costume, asking everybody to ask him about his wiener.
Isn't Jack Black also in there too?
No.
Then who am I thinking of?
I don't know. I don't think Jack Black's in it. No, he's not in it. Read IMDb this shit real quick, but you got to try to figure it out. Is Jack Black in Accepted?
Let's figure this out real quick.
No, you got to figure it out. Don't IMDb it, goddammit. He's not in the movie. Pretty sure he's not in the movie. Pretty sure he's not in the movie. Do you not have the IMDb app?
Do you think I have that app?
You should.
This is a 37% Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. Why don't you have the IMDb app?
Because I don't care that much.
God, you're a horrible human being. How else are you going to look up things for movies while you're watching them? It's like, I know that person. What is she from? Oh, she's from this. She was badass in this. I don't know. I'm fucking weird. I just have to find out where they're from because they look familiar and I can't think of their name. And then I want to watch more movies that they're in because essentially I like their movies.
I guess he's not in there. Oh, well.
See, I told you.
What am I thinking of? I don't know. That's a good question.
School of Rock.
He's obviously in that one. I haven't seen that
Uh,
movie in a long time either.
Gulliver's Travels.
I haven't seen that one yet. Isn't that the one where he gets tied down by the midgets?
Yeah. Movie was alright.
Like, I saw that scene where he's, like, tied down by, like, the island people, and I'm just like, no. I'll pass. Does the computer text you, telling it to love you?
Nah, people are like putting shit in the Discord.
It's actually popular now? Huzzah! And all it took was a place to vent tab on it.
Is that what made everybody come back, apparently?
Well, that and Jonathan's been talking in it a lot lately.
Who's Jonathan?
Oliver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just did it again.
Oh.
He works for UPS and Ford now.
He delivers the packages to his own work now.
Yeah.
He's on the inside.
What the fuck?
Hey, there's a new background picture.
What the fuck is that? You see that?
I see that, but I don't know what I'm supposed to see or care about. Oh my god.
There we go. You kill it with fire. That's how you get rid of things. You kill it with fire. And Oliva thinks he's Olive. I'm gonna call him Olive. Good job, Olive. You did good. Olive is good. He did good. Olive. Alright, that probably just like everybody's probably just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are people doing? His new name is HHVC Temp 5.
Well, it's on his second
Okay,
badge.
okay, no, where is he? We're gonna change his nickname to that. Change nickname. What is it? In all caps, right?
Yeah.
What is it? HHVC
Yeah, HHVC Temp 5.
Temp 5. There we go.
The only lame thing, though, is I wish you'd tell people and change your nicknames when you have fun with it.
Yeah, I know, right? At HHVC Temp 5, you are a working boy.
And welcome to episode 80.
Working boy, and welcome to episode 80.
Whenever we upload this photo, there's going to be a whole new photo. Or upload this episode, there's going to be a whole new photo. It's the photo that Manabu put. So we go, what the fuck?
God, I hope not. HHVC Temp 5. What the fuck is wrong with us?
I have no idea, and I'm pretty sure we're better off.
Not knowing.
Yeah, probably that too.
Not knowing. There's 11 people out of 19. Well, that of
But I don't think anyone.
31.
I don't think
30.
anyone from the Exodus chats actually messaged it.
No.
They even use Discord?
Yes, but not this server. They probably have their own. But they use Discord. Kalash and I don't know who that other one. Travis is. I don't remember what his name was. Rubber Duck 009.
I saw Cameron came in.
Yeah, but he's never actually talks. So I don't know.
He's so cool though. I saw him on Monster Hunter this morning on PS4.
Oh, he was actually playing.
Yeah, I was watching How Not Summon a Demon Lord and Black Clover this morning.
I need to watch How to Summon a Demon Lord.
Do you enjoy this episode, by the way?
I need to watch last week's too. There we go. We're gonna use Discord today to get topics from people in our server that we're gonna be discording. See if anybody's gonna give everybody like notification.
I think people have everyone suppressed. I'm pretty sure there's someone
What?
that has everyone suppressed.
Probably.
Because there's a lot of people there I've seen who haven't even typed since we added them.
Oh, I mean, there's 20 people who are offline right now.
What's because I don't think they say signed in. Which speaking of which, I tried messaging Pierre the other day.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back from him yet.
He's in the hospital.
Oh, is he still in there? I thought he was.
I think he's still in there. I wouldn't imagine him actually being able to like have his phone or anything. I don't know.
I don't either. It really sucks that happened though. But
yeah, for real, man. That's really shitty. That's real shitty, man.
But that's what happens. At least he's seeking help though.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Probably what a lot of us should do. But hey, we're managing, right?
I like to imagine people just like want to stay in my mind and they'll realize nothing happens in there half the time. Like I sit here and just wonder like, what am I gonna have for dinner? And someone goes, what? He says all this weird shit half the time. Where's it all coming from? And it's like, I don't know. You tell me. I just feedback off conversation.
Oh shit.
What?
I might actually have to cut this one short.
Is that really good?
No.
Let's stop it then. We can.
Hey guys, Veedo here, coming to apologize that the season 4 finale was cut so short. The reason being is because we had an incident of one of our dearest friends who was in trouble, and we decided to go ahead and act on the request that he had asked us to come get him, and so we did. So that's why this episode was kind of shorter than usual. there's a lot that actually happened that day that made the next day just completely just crazy. And well, that's over with now, and he is actually on a plane home right now, actually on his way home. um but anyways, so essentially what I'm going to do here is just plug us out, close us out, and actually do a proper ending. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at KOH Podcast. That's KOHPODCAST. And coincidentally, that is also our promo code for lewdcomplex.com, where you can save yourself some cash by using our promo code in all caps, KOH Podcast. That's KOHPODCAST. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. We have an Instagram where we are pretty active, and we're always active on Twitter. So if you come across our old Facebook page or Tumblr, because we have a Tumblr too, just ignore those and come look us up on Twitter. We're a hell of a lot more active. We're a hell of a lot more consistent with ourselves, and with engaging with everybody on Twitter and Instagram. So come follow us on there, and don't forget to use that promo code whenever you go to lewdcomplex.com. I'm Veedo the Gray, here to bid you farewell on the season finale of season 4. I hope you guys have enjoyed us these past long ass 4 seasons that we've had, and now we are going to be beginning a new season starting next week, which is next Monday, a week from today, Monday, September 17th. So look out for that. That's actually a really good episode. We recorded it last night, and I'm looking really forward to editing and sharing everything with you guys, because it's an episode that I'm gonna cherish very closely to my heart, and try to get him back on here as soon as his next visit to Houston. So yeah, guys, this is it. It's Veedo the Gray signing off, saying good night, farewell, goodbye. I'm gonna go play Overwatch now, because I can finally play Overwatch now that I have all this work out of the way. So see you guys later, and we'll see you guys next week, man. Good night.